The mean green COVID-19. Nobody knew it could happen, but it happened one day. Everyone woke up to a different world, a strange new world. And Jean was in the middle of it. Streets were empty. Schools were closed. Like any other kid, Jean had to stay home. Even mom and dad had to work from home. All over the news, Jean watched many people getting sicker and sicker. Sadly, every day, more and more people, young and old, died around the world. It was all because of an evil character, a small but terrible villain. It wasn't a person, or an animal, or a thing. It was a virus, a very nasty and tiny virus.
I am the mean green COVID-19, short for Coronavirus Disease 2019.
It said.
I come from a long line of viruses, truly the most deadly in the family. Har, har, har.
Without a microscope, nobody saw it. Nobody heard it either, but everyone feared it. Doctors did not know where it came from or how it started. They called it the novel coronavirus because it was a new kind of virus. People guessed it came from bats. Other minds said it started in a laboratory where a science experiment went wrong. One thing was for sure, the novel coronavirus was dangerous. It needed people so it could grow in number. Without knowing, people could pass it to one another. True enough, it became many as days went by. It grew more minions, moving from person to person. People heard words like quarantine and self isolate. Sick people had to stay away from others to avoid spreading the virus. News headlines read COVID-19 spreads all over the world. The word was contagious. People no longer had control over the virus. The World Health Organization declared it a pandemic. Governments around the world tried to find a cure. Everyone wondered, without a cure, what can we do? Jean thought there was only a small chance she could catch the virus. A very, very small chance. And oh, was she wrong? Was she very, very wrong? One beautiful morning, a boy was walking his dog. A gust of dusty wind blew on his face.
Achoo!
He sneezed out without covering his mouth. COVID-19 sat on a tiny droplet of the boy's sneeze. It floated into the air. Moments later, the mailman came by. The tiny droplet of sneeze landed on the letter in his hand. And that letter was for Jean,
Har, har, har.
laughed COVID-19. The mailman had no clue the virus was in his hands. Yes, even healthy people could carry COVID-19. It was such a tricky virus, and many were fooled. As Jean opened the mailbox, COVID-19 greeted in his nasty voice.
Hi, Gene. You know why they call me mean and green? You get very sick from the one and only COVID-19. Har, har, har.
Anything in the mailbox, honey? Asked Jean's mom from the kitchen.
Just one letter for me, Mom.
replied Jean.
That's what you think. Har, har, har.
COVID-19 burst into mad laughter on Jean's hand. Jean's mom took out freshly baked cookies from the oven. Jean's tummy grumbled.
That's right, Jean. Take one and be infected with my evil magic. Har, har, har.
Said COVID-19. Quickly, her mom pulled the tray aside. No, 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 Jean. Wash your hands first. Your hands must be dirty with germs.
I am not just a germ.
COVID-19 shouted angrily.
I am the mean green co.
Before it could finish its words, the deadly virus broke down into pieces. With soap and water, Jean magically washed it down the drain. Another time, Jean was helping her dad take out the garbage. When she opened the garbage bin, the stink oozed out.
Hi, Jean. Remember me? You know why they call me mean and green? You get very sick from the one and only COVID-19. Har, har, har.
The virus stuck to Jean's hand from the garbage lid. Jean was about to cover her nose with her hand. Her dad wagged his finger.
No, 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 Jean. Don't touch your face. Put on some sanitizer first. You never know what germs are on your hands.
I am not just a germ.
Yelled COVID-19.
I am the mean green co.
Before the virus could finish its words, Jean broke it apart with a magical rub of sanitizer on her hands. One sunny afternoon, Jean and her parents decided to take a walk.
Hey, Jean!
Called out Holly, Jean's best friend.
Did you get my letter?
Both were filled with excitement. After all, it had been months since they last saw each other. Jean rushed down the street to meet Holly. But someone invisible was more excited. Hiding on Holly's hoodie, the virus said,
Hi, Jean. I'm back. You know why they call me mean and green? You get very sick from the one and only COVID-19. Har, har, har.
How I missed you, Holly.
said Jean.
Let me give you a big hug.
COVID-19 once again burst into mad laughter.
Go ahead, Jean, and see how I spread my evil magic. Har, har, har.
Oh, Jean!
Holly stepped back.
We need to practice social distancing. That means we need to be at least 2 meters apart. You're right, Holly.
Jean nodded.
Let's give each other an elbow bump instead.
The two best friends shared stories of how they kept clean from the deadly COVID-19. Meanwhile, somebody had just made a jump from the elbow bump.
I can live on any surface for many days. Har, har, har.
COVID-19 secretly snuggled on Jean's sleeve. Back at home, Jean felt tired from her walk. She wanted to take a nap on her bed.
Wait a minute.
She thought,
There might be germs on my clothes.
I am not just a germ.
screamed COVID-19.
I am the mean green co.
Before it could finish its words, Jean threw her dirty clothes into the laundry. The laundry started to spin, making the virus so dizzy. It kept spinning and spinning until soap and water melted the virus away. Jean started to be more careful. She made it a habit to cough or sneeze into her elbow, not her hands. Outside, she wore a face mask and gloves. Before and after touching things, she cleaned her hands. When she was feeling sick, she stayed home and did not leave the house. Soon, world leaders talked about news of a cure. Scientists were almost done with the vaccine that could fight the deadly COVID-19. This would save millions of lives around the globe. Most importantly, this would bring everything back to normal. But the virus was just too stubborn to go away. By this time, it was everywhere. And every time Jean went out, it found a way to hang on to her.
Hi, Gene. It's me, the mean green COVID-19. You thought I was gone, eh? Har, har, har.
Jean did not see COVID-19, nor did she hear its words. But she knew it was there. So, whenever Jean had a chance, she'd answer back.
Mean green COVID-19, here's a dose of good old hygiene. Go away and see how I work my own magic.
Jean smiled as she did all of the safety measures she had learned. With that, COVID-19 lost all of its evil magic. As for Jean, well, from then on, she always spoke and heard of her new favorite word. While waiting for a vaccine, she stayed healthy and clean, thanks to a dose of good old hygiene.
The end.